Okay. Hey guys, this is loud. Hi, welcome to All Access Broadcasting, official and unofficial and very intimate and sexy ribbon cutting ceremony. I think we're going to go from one camera to another so you'll get to see who's in our audience. And can you tell we're live? This is now hot. So thank you so much for watching live. We really, really appreciate you. And more importantly, we appreciate the hundreds of thousands of viewers that we have received on all our social media platforms, on our YouTube channel, and especially because we primarily live on Facebook. We really, really thank our Facebookers who like us, follow us, subscribe, and share all our videos. So thank you so much. We're going to introduce several people this evening, and we're also going to be asking a few of our hosts and guests to speak tonight. So a lot of people are stuck in traffic, so we're going to just, welcome them as they come in. However, without further ado, I would like to introduce somebody very, very briefly, and then I'll come up and reintroduce him officially because I have a story to tell about him. But I'm going to bring him up real quick because he's going to introduce an artist, one of his new artists that just released a new single, and she's going to be performing tonight. So stay tuned because we are going to show you some really cute girls that are performing tonight. Okay, so please help me welcome and share and follow him on his social media as well, Andrew Lane. Yay!
Thank you. Give it up for Janice. Isn't she amazing? So thank everybody for being here. And again, we have some very amazing performers. But what we're going to do is have all the way from San Diego, California, we have Chantel who's going to open things up for us, okay? Just give it up for Chantel, everyone, all right?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at this twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say words that star-spangled banner, yeah, for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so I want to hold on to this thing because we're going to be going back and forth and some more performances. But I have a little story to share about Andrew Lane. So I'm glad he brought parents with him and his artists with him. But when we started this journey a few weeks ago, no, it's been probably like 2 months ago now, maybe 2 months ago, there were some changes in the studio in which we were working at and where we were producing our shows. There are some drastic changes. So I had to make a decision, a very, very quick decision, as to what the heck I was going to do. Well, the quick story is, and Carlos and Mili just walked in because we're live. We can do this. Hola, Carlos. Hola, Mili. And Gary, we didn't say an official hello to Gary, Arlene, little Gary, and his beautiful fiance, or soon-to-be fiance. So thank you once again for watching us live. Several of us were stuck in traffic, so we're going to be just kind of winging it and going along as we go. But my short story is that several months ago when we were in the transition, I contacted a few people, and you'll hear from them tonight. I contacted a few people because I needed guidance. I needed coaching. I needed pulling of the ear. I needed some real mentoring. And so Andrew Lane, who's a legendary music award-winning producer of many, many artists. I think you've been responsible for Nickelodeon, a lot of Disney, and Hannah Montana and Mary J. Blige, just to name a few. And he was local here in LA, so I called him. I said, oh, my God, I need to come see you, please. So he immediately stopped his schedule and took me in and said, okay, come in, sweetheart, and right? So I went to go see him, and I, told him what was happening. And I was very, very transparent with my story. I don't even think I told you the entire details, Gary, but I told Drew what was happening. And he didn't have any questions for me. He didn't have anything to hammer me on and drill me, but he says, you're welcome to use my studios. So that meant, and I'm not going to get emotional tonight because I said I wouldn't, but that meant a lot to me. So thank you. Thank you. Without any questions asked, he says, I have studio space for you to use, and you're welcome to use it. And I said, hi, Julie Sands just walked in. So I was very, very grateful. It meant a lot to me. And if you go to his studios, they're not just like regular studios. You have state-of-the-art stuff, and he's here in Universal City and fun stuff. And I walked in and saying, well, I want this space and this space. And he says, well, that's my office. I don't care. I want this space. I know you're being very, very generous, but I want this space because his office is plush. It's all white. He's got lights throughout the trimming or whatever. So I just want you to come up, Drew, and tell us a little bit about the industry. And I want you to tell us in the direction which it's going, because there's a lot of changes in music. We all know the changes in television. I'm going to touch a little bit on that to our live viewers. We've got 2 cameras going, so smile, because you guys are on camera too, except John. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the changes within television and social media and all the homework I have done as to why I've decided to start what I'm doing now. But Drew, if you can come and tell us a little bit about music and what's happening with the changes and why our fancy cars don't have CD players anymore, or don't have anything anymore, what's happening with music, okay? Come on. Thank you.
You're the best. So great. So if you notice, the topography of music is totally different now. And like Janet says, there's no more CD players. I can go back and say cassettes. I can say 45s, and Tori's like, what are you talking about? 8 tracks, there you go. That's right. And when you look at it, topography's changed. It's like look at it like a landscape. Just picture yourself going back in time to the 1800s and picture Los Angeles. Los Angeles was basically, it's basically a desert. So if you transported yourself back in time, you see it was like an open desert. And there you had people that put irrigation fields there, and then Hollywood came to town, and, the rest was history. But that's how music is right now. It's a new horizon. It's just like totally, the topography is like digital, streaming. Social media. And it used to be a time where, labels you would say, hey, take me to a label meeting. I used to take people to Universal, Interscope, Mercury. We'd fly to New York, Jive Records and everything. That doesn't exist anymore. It's the Wild West. It's the new frontier. It's pioneering. And so you have to go and you build your own community. You build your own fortress. You come in with your own team, because without that, it just doesn't happen anymore that way. Now, labels come to you. Well, you might ask, well, how do you do that? Well, you have to build it. You have to create your own songs, your own sound, your own videos, your own social media. In fact, social media is really outlasting record labels. That's why they're partnering up with the labels. In fact, the A&R, you spend time, you go in an A&R office and you see like the plaques on the wall and everything else, but what the A&R is now? Social media gurus that's searching out what? YouTube, Vivo, Instagram, and Facebook. So it's really about, doing it yourself these days, and you have to create your own market. And there are a lot of success stories. People who have done that, they've worked out deals with labels up to $5.1 million. Because you have to look at it, like you said, picture yourself going back to LA back in the 1800s. You put a house there. All of a sudden you have a subdivision. You run out of land. You run out of territory. What does that do to real estate? Goes up, up, up. So the same thing when it comes to your music, your videos, and everything. You have to build it up so that real estate becomes valuable. And when it becomes valuable and you have pipeline money coming and then you have labels and everybody streaming to you, just coming to you saying, I need you. Because labels don't want to work anymore. Because it's hard for them. And also A&Rs don't want to lose their job if something don't go right. So if you have the right avenue, you're going through it, and you have your millions of followers, you have millions of subscribers, guess what? They're going to come to you, and you're here to stay. And that's how you work out your deals so you don't become a slave to the system. Prince told you about that. So what you want to do is come in there having collateral, having knowledge, having equity. And the way to do that is that you have to go in there and you have to make it happen for yourself right now. You don't depend on anyone, because if you do, that's going to be a short-lived career. And also touring. It's very important. We also, an acquisition of getting people touring. Now, guess how much the average top 10 or 20 artists get per show? Up to $1 to $4.1 million a show. Now, add that times 250 dates a year, put merchandise to that. What are you looking at? So that lets you know one thing. You have to learn how to perform. You have to engage an audience. So, and that's what you have to really separate and really like say, okay, I can go social media wise and make this happen, but if I can't perform, all my fans are what? Social media superficial fans. So I can be big on social media, but guess what? When I go perform and I say I'm going to be playing here, only 50 people show up and I have over 2 million followers. And what's wrong with that picture? That's right. There's no performance. Why do they want to see you? What are you going to bring different to the table? So all these things are important. So that's what we do when we develop artists. Get them ready for the total gamut of it. Now also another important part is this. Learn how to do everything. Go back to the 30s again. I mentioned, anybody know who Francis Gum is? That's right. Absolutely. Give that man a hand right there. Woo! Now, actually, and I'll cut it close. I'll cut it after this. But there was a big movie that was offered to Shirley Temple. 20th Century Fox wouldn't let Shirley Temple go. So, like, well, who are we going to get? Well, here was a girl that had a whole family full of vaudeville performers, and that was Judy Garland. Stood a 5'1". Did you know that? Judy Garland was 5'1". And so she was able to make the call when someone else couldn't make it. So that's another thing. Julie did what? She danced, she acted, she did everything. She knew the whole spectrum of it. So if you're going to do it all. Now, what did Will Smith do before he became a huge blockbuster star? He was a rapper, exactly. What did Marky Mark do? That's right. Look at Kerry Russell, Justin Timberlake, Ryan Gosling. They all started on the Mickey Mouse Club, most of those guys. So learn how to do it all. Don't just say I'm going to be a singer and that's it, because, become an entertainer. And after that, become a boss in the industry. Set up your own companies. Set up your own television companies, your media companies. Then start having people under you. But just prepare and project what you're going to do in the industry. So again, picture yourself seeing L.A. in the 1800s. It's like that way because of social media and the digital platform says, look, here's your land. Here's your platform. Now build it. Build it up. Act upon it. And once you do that, it's all up to you or where you're going to go. So that's where it's going. And Janet, thank you very much for having me up here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So let me give a little introduction. Yeah, you are next. And so I was doing this movie called Next Level Film, which is going to be released in May. It's like High School Musical meets Mean Girls. It's really good. Christy Kahlua is amazing. Had a great time. And I would go to events, and I would see this person, and I was like, she just looks like a star. She just, and then I had a meeting, with Mom. They call them sisters, so. And right away, they wanted to get to work and get moving, and guess what? They did. And because of that, there's interest coming in already. But she really has a great work ethic, always there. And so I want to introduce to you Tori K.
Hi. Thank you. Perfect. I'm so close, it's so far away, and I'm still so very brave, 'cause I keep on going and going. Every day I say that I'm not afraid. All my fears begin to fade before I know it. All my fears begin to fade before I know it. Ooh, I fall but I get up 6 feet tall. Even through the pain and tears I cry, I know you gotta crawl before you fly. I won't ever be too scared to try, 'cause I know, baby, I was born to fly, I won't ever be too scared to try, 'cause I know, baby, I was born to fly, I'm afraid all my fears won't let me take the steps I began to make to get where I'm going. My hands shake and my heart begins to race once I take that leap of faith. Now I'm soaring. I fall but I get up 6 feet tall. Even through the pain and tears I cry, I know you gotta crawl before you fly. I won't ever be too scared to try, 'cause I know, baby, I was born to fly, I won't ever be too scared to try, 'cause I know, baby, I was born to fly, Now's your turn, don't you fear, spread your wings and fly with me. I won't ever be too scared to try. I won't ever be too scared to try, 'cause I know, baby, I was born to fly, Thank you. Actually, hi. I got one more if you want to come back up later. I'm just going to set this down over here. So hi guys, I'm Tori K. That was actually my original song, Born to Fly, coming out in early January. I actually want to kick it up a notch. This song is a little bit more upbeat because this is a celebration, isn't it? Right. Yeah, so let's kick it up a notch. Here we go. I got that girl power. What you got? It's Tori K and I got something to say. I'm grinding hard, I'm not here to play. I plan to rule the world and that's where I'll stay. I got something special no one can fake. It's girl power. It's girl power. I got that girl power. Yeah, it's girl power. We can't let nothing stop us. Just let this beat take you. We got that girl power. All my girls sing. Whoa, we come too far to stop now. We breaking every door. We got that girl power. All my girls taking over. No one can hold us down. Can't you see our passion and desire? So take a seat in my VIP and watch us set the stage on fire. It's girl power. It's girl power. I got that girl power. I see you, she's yeah. It's girl power. We can't let nothing stop us. Just let this beat take you. We got that girl power. All my girls sing. Whoa, we come too far to stop now. We breaking every door. We got that girl power. All my girls taking over. We can't let nothing stop us. Just let this beat take you. We got that girl power. All my girls sing. Whoa, we come too far to stop now. We breaking every door. We got that girl power. All my girls taking over.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
It's girl power. It's girl power. I got that girl power. Yeah, it's girl power. We can't let nothing stop us. Just let this beat take you. Take you. We got that girl power. All my girls taking over. Stop now. We breaking every door. Every door. Thank you so much. Again, I'm Tori K. You can follow me on all my social media at Tori K Unedited. I want to give a big thank you to All Access Broadcasting for having me, and congrats. Thank you.
Wow. I would say I have girl power, but that wouldn't go on, on live, But you give everybody power of that performance. Thank you very much, Tori. Great. So give it up for Tori again. Tori K. All right. So the next performer is coming from San Diego. And what's interesting, both these girls came from singing groups, girl groups. And, and it's nothing negative about it because a lot of great people came out of groups, Lionel Richie came out of the Commodores. Michael Jackson came out of the Jackson 5. Diana Ross came out of the Supreme. Timberlake out of NSYNC. Beyonce out of Destiny's Child. It's a great learning and building block. But what's great is both these girls came out of girl groups where they're grateful. They learned a lot of experience from, so I'm grateful to have them. So next story, I met this other girl. She was just 17 when we met, and it's just interesting. She had this really great maturity about her. She would always come to the rehearsals and to the studio just very focused, And so later on when the opportunity arose, here's a Latin American artist that's just fluent in both languages, a great skater too at the same time, and And you're going to really feel the power of also of her performance, too. So without any delay, let's give it up for Chantel.
Hello, I'm Chantal, and I just came out with a new single and a new music video. It's called Come Get It, and this is my first time performing it, so I'm super excited. And yeah, here we go.
To you, let you in, let you out, back it up for you. And every time I seem to get close to you, I've been feeling that you're pushing me away from you. I know you like my body moving near you. You like my vibe, the way I drive and see you. You pull me closer, baby, closer beside you. Sé que tú lo quieres, dime baby cuando vienes. I know you wanna hit it, come get it, come get it. Guíame como lo quieres, oh let me know when you visit. You know you're gonna hit it, ya vente, ya vente. Por dentro, así que vamos a bailar. Ya no pensemos más, solo pa'lante sin parar. Como la ves, te tengo al revés, ya te vi, ya te vi. ¿Pa' dónde vas? Echa pa' atrás hacia mí, hacia mí. All I wanna do is get back to you. Let you in, let you out, back it up for you. Cause every time I seem to get close to you, I've been feeling that you're pushing me away from you. My body moving near you. You like my vibe, the way I drive and see you. You pull me closer, baby, closer beside you. Ya sé que tú lo quieres, dime baby cuando vienes. I know you wanna hit it, come get it, come get it. Guíame como lo quieres. Let me know when you visit. You know you're gonna hit it. Ya vente, ya vente. Oh, I know that. I know you like my body moving near you. You like my vibe, the way I'm trying to steer you. I'll steer you. I know you wanna get it. Ya sé que tú lo quieres. Dime baby cuando vienes. I know you wanna hit it. Come get it, come get it. Guíame como lo quieres. Oh, let me know when you go visit. You know you're gonna hit it. Ya vente, ya vente. Ya sé que tú lo quieres. Como quieres, como quieres, como quieres, como quieres. I know you wanna get it. Come get it, come get it. Guíame como lo quieres. Oh, let me know when you go visit. You know you're gonna hit it. Ya vente, ya vente. Thank you. So that was my first single. And now I'm going to slow things down a little bit. And here, hold on. So I play guitar. And this is a song that I wrote. It hasn't been released yet, but I just wanted to sing it for you guys. on a pie. Do my worst to linger in your thoughts. If my body's all you want, then take it off. Do you want me? Or do you only miss me? I know you wanna kiss me. If you want me, baby, please don't let me thieve. Oh, please don't let me leave. Oh, please don't let me leave. If you want me, baby, please don't let me thieve. You see how I am giving you every chance, 'cause I know I understand. Doing all I can, oh, you're sticking to the plan. I'm over chasing where your head is. Can't seem to let it go, I let it last. I got a strong soul, but a heart made out of glass. With your caress, I tend to forget the past. And with your lips, you turn up not the rest. Do you want me? Or do you only miss me? I know you wanna kiss me. If you want me, baby, please don't let me thieve. Oh, please don't let me leave. Oh, please don't let me leave. If you want me, baby, please don't let me leave. Do you want me? Or do you only miss me? I know you wanna kiss me. If you want me, baby, please don't let me leave.
Thank you. All right, well, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Young talent. And this was important for me to do because we are a digital social media company, right? So these girls get their big breaks on social media now, so it's huge. Okay, so now I just want to, I've asked a few people to speak. So I'm going to bring up the next person. And then I'll bring up the rest of the people. But this individual was another individual that I'm not going to get emotional about either. I'm going to say that throughout the night. But I went to him as well when I was going through my issues and going through the changes and transitions. And he being, I've been friends with him for over 25 years. I'm not going to age myself, but over 25 years. And throughout the years, he has mentored me. And he will curse me out if he thinks I'm off my lane. But I went to him and I said, this is what's happening. What do you think I should do? And I was literally pouring and trying to, express to him the severity of what was happening. And really calm, cool, and collective, he says, and what's the problem? And I said, what's the problem? The Janet I know would say, I'll be damned if you come and attack me or try and, and do me. So, Gary Cornegay, you have been responsible for so many of my decisions, and I thank you so much for my mentoring throughout the years. You're responsible for the event planning company I created over 10 years ago and is still very successful today, so thank you very much. You are successful for mentoring me in buying and selling homes throughout the years as well. Thank you very much. You're responsible for a lot of the reasons why I don't like you sometimes, but he's very good at tough love. All of my family and my friends are grateful to you too. But he is $1 million income, or I don't know how to say that, but you make a lot of money, and you've done it over and over and over again. So he doesn't just make the money; he recreates money, and not all money is good money. But I say all of that to say that he is extremely good at reaching down and helping so many come up to where he's at. And he too came from the music industry, but he mentors and he's responsible for a lot of people making powerful, successful business moves and very successful at making money. So with that being said, Gary Cornegay, please say a few words. Now this is, he's also a public speaker and he's an author and all that other good stuff, but you don't have the mic all night long,
stop
so
talking.
just a little bit. Okay.
All right, I'll make this quick for you. Yeah, thank you for coming out. We really appreciate you guys' support. I'm not going to hold you up too long here. But really, just so you know, what I do for the last 30 years, I recruit and I train entrepreneurs. So if you have a dream and a thought, I'm the guy that mentors you through that process. And that's not always nice in conversations, right? Because everybody has a dream or a strategy in your head, but does it work in the real world, right? And that costs people millions and millions of dollars of lost revenue, including shareholders. What I do, I started mentoring people I mentored myself first. Okay, I think the best thing to do for the poor is not be one of them. And I became a millionaire at such a young age, at 30. And I said, what if I could teach somebody else how to do it? Because my dad was a pastor, and so you judge a tree by the fruit it bears. So you can say you make a lot of money, son, but guess what? Until you get somebody else doing it, then you really can't talk about it. It's like you're bragging. So I went on a mission about 1993, 25 years ago, to start teaching people how to start their own businesses in general. And I come from the music industry. Now, I worked in the industry, but not on the music business side. I was always an industry guy and didn't know the difference between the music industry and the music business. And so I started my own company, and I watched it grow, and I watched it fail. I've made millions. I've lost millions as well. Everybody talk about how much money they make. They never tell how much they lose, okay? But Janet has always, I've been on Janet since she was 19, and that was a couple of years ago, all right? But it's true. I've known Janet when she was a teenager. And she used to actually work for me, okay, as my office manager. So she actually handled my own personal finances. She handled my office rent, my staff. She's hired people. She's fired people, okay? She's told me who she don't like, okay, and who she do like. So we ended up becoming friends through that process. And then off the grid of business, we became great friends with me being the godfather to her daughter, Jamie, and now my man Aaron right here, okay? So I've been around the block a few times with them, but I've always been very straightforward with her because she's like my little sister that I could yell at and get away with it. And we've had those fights, you know, like for real, the real fights, you know, where like we go 5 years without talking to each other. And that's a life sentence, okay? And then somehow, some way, we had an industry event, and guess who shows up? Janet. I go, dang, I hate her, you know? And then everybody else is gone. We're in the parking lot hugging and apologizing, and we started the business together. And so here we are now at this point where I've always talked to Jan about stepping out on faith and starting her own business. Even though she's helped me with my business, she's never had her own 10 years ago because she worked for a corporation. And I was like, Jan, you've helped so many other people become successful indirectly, and they're now successful in other companies, other businesses, and they all know you. Can you do it for yourself? Can you do it for yourself? You know, I know you work with a lot of doctors at Kaiser, you work with a lot of financial advisors and industry people, but can you pull it off for you? And that's a risk involved, because now you got to get away from the 9-to-5 job, the benefits, the guaranteed check, the good days, the bad days, the good economies, the bad economies, the change of the industry, like my man Drew Lane talked about, but things go from analog to digital. Then things go from spending a big budget on an advertisement and billboards and bus ads to now a kid can shoot a video in his mama's garage and go viral in a day, right? So as things changed, you know, I said, can you do it for yourself? And so I kind of challenged her. I didn't think she'd do it. You got to start your own business, Janet. She said, what should we call it? I go, well, all access events, because she does events at a time. That way you don't have to peg yourself into one industry. All access. I said, I'll give you my financial advising clients, which in the thousands. You can do big conferences, right? And then you can do the music thing and the movie thing and whatever you want to call it, because all access could mean anything. And I remember drawing out the logo with her, right? And today it's now All Access Broadcasting. So I'm only here for 2 reasons, okay? And that's it. And I'm going to talk and I'm going to leave, all right? Unfortunately, I can't stick around. I'm here because I'm a Janet fan, okay? That means whatever she's involved in, I'm behind it, 100%. Legal or even illegal. Forget it, okay? I'm not that cool. I have kids now, Janet, so I have to kind of watch what I say. My son's here. right? But I'm a Janet fan, number one. Number two, I'm here because I'm on record, and this is on video, right, or this is streaming, that I was here before she got successful with All Access Broadcasting. When she moves up in the next level, she may forget me. And now I'm on record showing people that I was really here. And Drew Lane is here as a witness that I was actually here. So I appreciate you, Jan. I'm so proud of you. I wouldn't have missed this for anything in the world, of course. You know I was going to be here, but I wasn't. All right, I'd like to lie to you. And I can't wait for the future, okay? And I can't wait for a couple more arguments with you as well. And hopefully the next argument we have is what high-rise building you're going to be in Century in Century City. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you. Okay, so again, while we were going through our dilemma and so forth, he's tall. The dilemma I had was how I was going to tell the host that I had convinced to start something with me and no money and you know a little bit to no followers and subscribers and so forth. So how was I going to tell Carlos Alvarez, Jose Luis Gonzalez, El Huevo, who's watching from Mexico, Julie Sands, and, you know, we had several hosts and that have come with us as well. But how was I going to tell you, Carlos? And I think he's like, thank you for even thinking that I was like, how am I going to tell Carlos that, oh, my God, we have to transition and now I have to find a new building. Oh, my God. So, Carlos, thank you so much for believing in me. Mili, you have an amazing husband. We love you dearly. Thank you so much for believing in me, believing in the dream. And Carlos, this is just the beginning. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to be bigger and more powerful than any other network you've worked in because you're an Emmy Award winner. You are the shit, right? Carlos Alvarez is the shit. And he believes in me in this dream. And he comes in here happy every Monday and he records his show. And we have a blast. And because of you, we have hundreds of thousands of followers and viewers and subscribers. And so I can't wait to do bigger and more exciting shows. We've got Rosie Rivera coming on Monday, which is Jenny Rivera's sister, so we're really excited about that. So without further ado, Carlos, come up and say a few words and tell us about the changes in television and how social media is big, digital media is big, and how you've transitioned from that.
Well,
Gracias, Carlos.
it's going to be difficult.
Gracias.
Janet, thank you. Guys, it's going to be difficult for you, because my main language is Spanish. So I'm going to try for you to understand my little bit of English. But it was easy to work with Janet. Janet is a person that she always has a lot of energy, and that's contagious. And I like that, to work with people like that, and positive people, people that from nothing can do something. And that's what she has done. I don't know about, I'm a mainly radio guy that also have the opportunity to work on TV. I've been in this business for more than 20 years. I started in radio. Now I'm starting radio, in a music radio station. Now I'm doing baseball, MLB in Spanish for Fox Deportes, for the whole nation. And that's the way that you survive in this industry. You have to diversify yourself. If you want to be alive and do the things that you like, you have to diversify, and that's what I have done, And this is another phase in my career. We have talked about social media, the power of social media. I have seen them. I was present in the time when in radio, they would tell you, don't talk about internet. Are you crazy? Nobody likes that. Nobody knows what's that. So please, don't talk about internet. People are going to leave. They won't want to listen to you because they won't understand what you are talking about. So please stop. That's what they have, they told us in the radio industry. Facebook, please, what are you doing? And look now, what the internet, social media has done with radio and also with TV. Radio is not the same radio as 5 years ago, 10, 15, 20, please. I used to work in Kalo, 107.5, number one radio station. It was a Spanish radio station, but was the number one radio station in Los Angeles. That was 1996 to 2000 something. It was amazing, you know. The business was good. The money was pouring, woof. Thank God I made a lot of money. You know, my wife can tell you, thank God that I experienced that era, you know, the golden era for radio and TV. Now it's not the same. You know, the money, the income in a radio station, I don't care what radio station you work in, is not the same. You know, radio personalities are not making the money that we used to make years ago. And that's because, you know, a lot of reasons, but mainly because there's the internet and there's the interest of my kids, for example. They don't listen to radio. They don't watch TV, traditional TV. You know, what they do, they go to Netflix, Hulu, or whatever is there that is no life. They don't care about, you know, the live stuff. They know they want to watch and when they want to watch it. They know what they want to listen to, and they know how to get them. It's not in the radio. You know, it can be, you know, browsing Instagram and they see you and they hear you and say, well, I'm interested in that. The girl, you know, she sings really good. And you know what? They will find a lot of stuff about you in the internet. So it's easier. It's whenever they want it. It's there available for them. And that's why radio and TV has changed so much. But, you know, thank God that you have the opportunity to also make the change, like the way that I have done it. And I'm here for you, Janet, and you can count on me whatever you want. Right? Thank you very much. Bless you all. Muchas gracias. I have to say something in Spanish, you know. I didn't know that I know how to talk in English.
Doesn't he have like an amazing voice? He's got the $1 million voice, right? That's right. Yeah, he's got a great voice. Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate it. Thank you. So again, digital media is where it's at. We stumbled on what it is that we were doing. You want me to lower this down because I'm really short? Okay, I got it just like this. Thank you. So when we started this, again, I have to say that we stumbled on success. And as sponsors started to come around and potential sponsors asking tons of questions because they wanted to advertise on our hundreds of thousands of viewers and platforms, I said to myself, I think we're onto something really, really big. And then my friends were getting laid off in the industry at Univision and Estrella TV, and all these different folks are now filing bankruptcy because nobody's watching television. Again, like Carlos says, Netflix, Hulu, and our cars, we can do, you know, iTunes, Spotify, we can do YouTube, so nobody is listening to my husband. I think most of you know I'm married now. My husband, who's here, and I'm going to talk about him a little bit because I'll have to share with you a little story. He said, I pay for a Sirius Radio and I added you on. I said, why? What's that? And he says, well, we just upgraded his car. So he's like, well, we can listen to it in the car. I said, I don't listen to that. I'm about my podcast and YouTube and social media. Don't save the money. We'd rather put it on the $6.99 at Hulu or Netflix or whatever. So that's where we're going. So the next host I'd like to introduce to say a few words is a lady who is a public speaker, author, friend. I mean, she's phenomenal and very successful in her own right. She teaches people how to make a lot of money in real estate, Mili. So you two need to meet because I know you're in the same field. But Julie, too, her show is about real talk and real people. She has a little round table that we've created a set for her, and she invites other real estate agents to come and talk about their story and their why. And I went live on Facebook yesterday because in the last 3 months, I've spent a lot of money on buying new equipment and so forth. But I have to say that yesterday or the day before, I went to Target because I wanted to buy a box of tissue. Because on Julie's show, all her guests cry. And I have to say, out of all the equipment and all the stuff that we have bought, that $99 box of tissue was the most important I've bought for this studio, because we truly are telling stories and we're, impacting a lot of people. And when she had her show here on Tuesday, her guest went into tears and cried about their story, as they always do with Julie. And I was so caught up in the story that I was crying too and forgot about the damn tissue. But that's what, we do around here. So Julie, come up and say a few words, please. And you've seen her on NBC, ABC. You've seen her everywhere. She was just in New York. She was just on Good Morning America and all that other fun stuff. And we have her here at All Access Broadcasting. Thank you, Mama. You look beautiful.
Thank you. How's the lighting, Dumi? It's hard being 50 years old and with all these young girls and I always tell John, I need good lighting. Make sure I have good lighting. So, hi, everyone on Facebook. It's so good to have you on. Which camera am I looking at? This one? Perfect. It's so good to have you on live with us. This is our VIP ribbon cutting, and welcome to this segment. And we hope to see more of you on AAB and with all of our shows. So stay tuned, you guys. So real quick, I met Janet. We did a podcast together with Shannon. What's his last name? Shannon Hughes. Shout out to Shannon Hughes. And she was from LA. I'm from LA. And I really liked her vibe. I really liked what she had going on. And so I told her, I said, we got to meet. We have to do something together. So we met at a little breakfast place in West Covina. And I just connected with her. Our spirits connected, and she told me that she wanted to offer me a show at another station. And I didn't know what to say. I was so afraid because I do public speaking, and I have 5 books, and I do a lot of outreach to women. My company, Shake It Up now, I teach women how to make 6 figures in their business and remain successful at home. But I've never had my own TV show. And so I went to the studio, and I've been having a blast ever since. I really want to talk about this, though. When we found out that we had to move and we didn't know what we were going to do, I could see and I could hear the panic in your voice. And it wasn't because she was going to be out of a job or anything like that. It wasn't about that. It was because she had promised me, Carlos, I had met him a day before, or a couple of days before, it was all coming down or something like that, and other hosts there. And she had told us and made a commitment to us that we were going to have a place to realize some of our dreams and to get more exposure on this digital market wave or digital media wave that's coming in. And it was her integrity. That was what really was bugging her. It was her integrity and the fact that she had promised something to us. And all of this, all of the station, all this equipment and the studios and my set and Carlos's set and the brick wall, all of that is because she kept her promise. And so I'm here because I'm keeping my promise as well. And I want to build this with you. And I want to see us rise to a level that we could have never dreamed of, because there is a future in digital television. It's where television is going. Everyone watching me right now, you need to advertise on digital television, and we're here. We're that platform for you. You need to come on to ABB and tell us your story. Come on Imagínate and tell us your story so that you can reach masses of people. I'm so, so thankful to be here with you, Janet. I thank you for giving me this opportunity. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to try my best for you. So thank you. We have a new one, Saul, right? You're the new show? Yeah, welcome. Saul Maxwell, welcome to ABB. So anyways, was there anything else you want me to say? Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for being here, and I can't wait to meet all of you.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you. See why I need a tissue? Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Mama. Now, Saúl, no tienes que hablar en inglés si tú quieres, pero quiero que digas unas cosas en español. Ven para acá, ven para acá. Saul Maxwell is our new host. We just launched his second show. He is Dominican.
Yeah.
And look at him. He's always so flashy.
Claro.
His show hit a little over 2,000 views the first hour in which it was released. So Saul Maxwell, I also have to say a little story about him.
Claro.
He orders tons of food throughout the year. Just because. And I mean 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 tamales. And he goes to Skid Row and he feeds the homeless. And I ask him why he does that. And he just says, why shouldn't I? You know? And so he is so about giving back and paying forward. So as flashy as you are, Papi Chulo, dinos un poquito de tu show, dinos un poquito de ti, un poquito.
Por supuesto. El show mío está diseñado para en español, por supuesto, es un producto hecho para Latinoamérica, pero voy a tratar de que entre más mi producto aquí en América, por supuesto, porque Estados Unidos es la marqueta internacional y estoy muy agradecido por esta gran oportunidad que me ha dado mi querida Yanis. Por supuesto, soy de origen dominicano, en Puerto Rican, en Dutch. Tengo una mezcla y así crecí mi parte de mi vida en España, en Holanda, y allá fue que hice mi vida, pero puedo dominar mi consulta también en holandés, francés, English, en Spanish, italiano. I speak for language. Yeah, but my client is more in Spanish. Ya, pero I'm puchero, que tú me diste la gran oportunidad de estar aquí. Y gracias a todo este público maravilloso y a toda esta gente, gracias a Mr. Carlos, que siempre está pendiente de nosotros los latinos en el deportes. Y toda la gente bonita, Julie San, muy brillante ella, siempre. Muy agradecido y gracias por tu oportunidad. Brillante, gracias amigos, gracias a mi gente linda de Facebook, gracias a mi gente linda de Puerto Rico, Santo Domingo. Lo quiero mucho, mi gente bella. Siempre lo voy a tener pendiente en donde quiera que yo vaya, en cualquier plataforma que yo esté, internacional o nacional. Gracias por la oportunidad. Buenas noches. Good night. Goedemorgen en Dutch.
Gracias, Papa. Gracias.
Thank you. Merci. Merci.
Thank you. Isn't he just flashy? I just love him. Okay, so I'd like to bring up the host really quick because I'd like to now do the official ribbon cutting. So do me tons of pictures, please. So Julie, Saul, Carlos, please come and join me. And Gary, come on up. You're responsible for that. And then, as you all know, my husband. I married Achunike Ranio Foeme. We eloped in September, and he too is the very first man, let's stand behind the room, very first man that I have ever met, dated, and now married that gets my crazy. Gets my crazy. And I mean that to the fullest extent of the word. If I come in at any crazy hour with any crazy idea, he's like, how much is that going to cost me? And he says, fine. Get it done, baby. That's your dream. So thank you, Papi. Thank you for everything you've done. Thank you. Thank you for allowing us to exhaust our savings to follow and pursue my dream. And yes, Julie was right. My integrity is worth anything that I can possibly put out there. So it means the world to me that you support me, you love me, and you married me.
Yeah.
Look what I have. Isn't this cool? So let's see.
You didn't get the big one?
This is the smallest one they had. Okay, so let's do that.
You want me to hold the mic and you cut it?
Well, I want tons of pictures with all of us in it, and then if you can, I kind of made it where we can like take this off, and we hold that ribbon together. Jerry, you haven't even met my husband.
That's the first argument right there.
I was hoping you did say something.
I've known him for over 6 years. We've been dating for a year and a half, and we eloped in September. Okay, ready? Tons of pictures, Doomy. And then shout out to the engineers, Aaron Price and Doomy. Doomy has been working with me for many years now. Well, not for many years, for several years. But then I called him. I said, Doomy, I'm on another project. Let's go. And he's like, where are we going? So that's awesome. And then Aaron Price, I don't think a lot of people know this, but he's our evening engineer, Carlos. That's why you haven't met him. He's engineering for me for a little over a year. He's also my son-in-law. He's married to my beautiful daughter that's sitting in the back.
To la princesa, the princess.
So Carlos teases me all the time because I'm on you, I'm calling you, I'm checking.
Oh
He's like,
my
let
God.
her go.
Yes. Yeah, let her live. Yeah, she told us about the baby that you want, you know. But she doesn't want the baby because she said, I'm not ready to be a grandma. Yeah,
No, I'm not ready to be a grandma.
No grandma, grandma.
Grandma.
Abuela.
No.
Yes.
But then I saw a video of Millie speaking the language that I understand to her son. Mothers understand that language. So Millie,
tell me about it.
Thank you for doing that because I came back, Carlos, you
Well,
see, you
we have 3 kids, you know, 2 girls and a boy. But the boy, man, I won't say that he's a favorite.
So thank you once again. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you. Keep watching our shows. We have great stuff. We have new doctor shows coming this week. Richard Listens, Dr. Levi starting. Great new shows coming this week. And my goal is to have another 10 shows by the end of December and 100 more shows by 2019.
And you're going to get it.
We're gonna get it. Okay. Let's do this. It actually cuts.
Hey,
Ready?
hold on. That's dangerous.
Ready? Chris, my best friend Chris is here. Who's a new sponsor? Yay! Ready?
1, 2, 3. AAB.
Oh, shit.
Go to baby. You can do it.
Wait,
You can do it.
Let's pull it.
Yeah.
Coño!
Dale.
Pull it. Come on, muscles.
Yeah. He sounds like it's going to cut, right? Yeah.
No, they work. Okay, so that'll be the end of our little fun stuff. Thank you once again. Thank you, Facebook. It's official. Thank you for business. Open for business. Thank you. And it's a wrap. Thank you, engineer. Thank you. Join us downstairs to the official suite. It's suite 330 on the 3rd floor. There's restrooms there. There's beverages. There's food. Thank you, Saul. He catered por dos. Thank you. So please come eat.